The moment the dragons burned King's Landing, Game of Thrones changed forever, turning heroes into villains overnight. Fans crashed forums in 2019, furious yet fascinated. Who truly became the most hated versus most loved character? Let's find out. Now here's our first pick for the most hated. Joffrey Baratheon. Let's be honest, everyone who watched Game of Thrones wanted Joffrey Baratheon gone. He wasn't scary because he was strong, he was scary because he enjoyed being cruel. The kid becomes king at 13 and thinks the crown makes him a god. He yells, lies, and hurts people for fun. When he tells the guards to cut off Ned Stark's head, the whole world loses it. Over 8 million people watched that scene live in 2011. The next day, Joffrey actor blows up on Google. The actor, Jack Gleeson, gets so much hate online that he walks away from acting in 2014. Joffrey's nastiness starts at home. His mom, Cersei, lets him do whatever he wants. His dad, well, his uncle, Jaime, just stands there. Together they raise a golden monster who never hears the word no. Historians even compare him to King John of England, a real ruler who punished people just because he could. And then comes the moment everyone remembers, his wedding. He takes a sip of wine, starts choking, and his face turns purple. The purple wedding. Fans all over the world cheer. Justice finally wins. But while Joffrey rules with fear, far in the north, a quiet man is learning how to lead with heart instead. Next up, one of the most loved, Jon Snow. Every story needs a good man in a bad world. In Game of Thrones, that man is Jon Snow. He starts with nothing, just the bastard of Winterfell. No title, no land, no real place at the table, but he has one thing that changes everything. Honor. From the first season, you can tell he cares more about doing what's right than staying alive. When others chase crowns, Jon chooses duty. He joins the Night's Watch, fights White Walkers, and even dies for his brothers. Literally dies, stabbed by the men he trusted most. But somehow, he comes back. By the time season 6 hits, Jon has become a symbol. He leads the North, unites the wildlings, and wins the Battle of the Bastards, one of TV's most watched war scenes with more than 7 million live viewers. Covered in mud and blood, he proves he's not fighting for power. He's fighting for people. When he kills Daenerys to save the world from another tyrant, it breaks hearts everywhere. Yet deep down, we all knew he'd do it. That's what makes Jon special. He always picks duty over comfort, and while Jon walks away into the snow, another ruler down south tightens her grip. A queen who'll burn everything to stay in control. Moving on to another hated name, Daenerys Targaryen. At first, Daenerys Targaryen looks like the hero the world needs. She starts as a scared girl sold to a warlord, but step by step she learns to lead. She frees slaves, defeats armies, and walks through fire with dragons by her side. People start calling her Breaker of Chains and Mother of Dragons. Fans see her as the hope of Westeros. Strong, kind, unstoppable, but power changes people. By the last season, Daenerys loses almost everything. Her friends, her advisors, and her calm. Her dragons burn armies, cities, and finally King's Landing itself. She says it's justice, but what she brings looks more like revenge. Historians later compared that scene to the firebombing of Dresden. Complete destruction, no mercy. When that episode aired in 2019, social media exploded. Some fans defended her, saying grief drove her mad. Others called it one of TV's biggest betrayals. The numbers prove it. More than 13 million people watched her final act live, making it the show's most viewed episode. When Jon Snow kills her in the end, it feels tragic but right. Daenerys wanted to change the world, but in the end, she burned it. And while her ashes fall over King's Landing, another small man far away is trying to rebuild what she destroyed, with words instead of dragons. Now let's talk about a fan favorite, Tyrion Lannister. Tyrion Lannister doesn't look like a hero. He drinks too much, talks too much, and gets blamed for everything his family does. But he has one weapon no one else in Westeros uses right, his mind. When the city falls into chaos, he keeps calm, watching every move like a chess player who already knows the ending. When the Battle of Blackwater airs in 2012, more than 6 million people see him save King's Landing with wildfire and pure courage. The scene makes Tyrion a worldwide favorite overnight. The actor, Peter Peter Dinklage wins 4 Emmy Awards for the role and becomes the most awarded actor in the show's history. Tyrion's secret is simple. He listens when others shout. He treats servants with the same respect he gives lords. When Daenerys loses control, he's the only one brave enough to tell her the truth. Even after being locked up, beaten, and almost killed, he keeps using reason instead of hate. Tyrion proves that being small never means being weak. He reminds us that words can save more lives than swords ever could. But while Tyrion uses brains to guide kings, another queen down south uses fear, lies, and fire to keep her throne. Coming up, another face everyone loved to hate, Cersei Lannister. Cersei Lannister is the kind of ruler who smiles while the world burns. From the start, she wants one thing more than anything: control. She lies, plots, and kills to keep her crown, even when it costs her everything she loves. She says she does it for her children, but it's clear she does it for herself. Cersei's story begins with secrets. She sleeps with her twin brother Jaime, hiding the truth about her children's father. That one lie changes the whole kingdom. When Ned Stark finds out, she destroys him before he can expose her. From that moment, Cersei stops pretending to be good. She starts playing for keeps. Her biggest move comes in season 6. Surrounded by enemies, she blows up the Great Sept of Baelor with wildfire, killing hundreds, including her son's wife. When Tommen jumps out a window in grief, Cersei doesn't cry. She walks to the Iron Throne in silence and crowns herself queen. That scene, watched by over 8 million people, shows her true heart: cold, proud, and empty. Her end comes quietly, buried under falling stone beside Jaime. Power gave her everything, then took it all back. But where Cersei ruled with fear, another girl grew up fighting with courage and revenge. Next on the list of beloved heroes, Arya Stark. Arya Stark starts as a little girl who refuses to sit still. She hates sewing, loves swords, and dreams of adventure. When her father, Ned Stark, is killed in front of her, everything changes. That moment turns her from a child into a survivor. For the next few seasons, Arya lives like a ghost moving through war. She hides among strangers, eats scraps, and watches people she trusts die. By season 4, she finds a teacher, a man called Jaqen Hagar, who trains her to become no one. It's one of the strangest and most loved storylines on TV, mixing mystery, pain, and revenge. When Arya finally returns to Westeros, she carries a list. Every name belongs to someone who hurt her family. She crosses them off one by one, including Walder Frey, the man behind the Red Wedding. The moment she kills him shocked millions of fans. It became one of the most replayed scenes online that year. Then comes the biggest twist of all. During the Battle of Winterfell, Arya kills the Night King with one perfect move. One strike, and years of fear end in seconds. While Arya learns to fight her own battles, another man climbs the ladder of chaos, believing manipulation is smarter than honor. Now here's a man whose lies caught up with him, Patyr Littlefinger Baelish. Patyr Baelish begins as no one special. He has no famous name, no army, no dragons. Yet somehow, he climbs higher than almost anyone in Game of Thrones. His secret weapon: he never fights with swords, he fights with secrets. Littlefinger runs the money of King's Landing, collecting information the way others collect gold. He feeds each side just enough truth to make them trust him. Then he uses their greed against them. His line, "Chaos is a ladder," becomes one of the show's most quoted lines ever. For him, every war is a business, and every friend is a tool. He starts the War of the Five Kings by turning houses against each other. He even betrays Ned Stark, the man who once saved his life. Fans hated him for it, but they also couldn't look away. Actor Aidan Gillen said in interviews that Baelish was addicted to control. By season 7, the same tricks that built his power finally destroy him. Sansa and Arya join forces and turn his lies back on him. In front of everyone, Arya cuts his throat. One of TV's most satisfying payoffs, the spider caught in his own web. But where Littlefinger dies for lies, the next hero earns love for loyalty and courage. Time for one of the purest souls in Westeros, Brienne of Tarth. Brienne of Tarth never fits in. In a world where women are told to sew, she chooses the sword. People laugh at her, call her ugly, say she doesn't belong, yet she stands taller than them all, in honor, in strength, and in heart. When she joins Renly Baratheon, she does it because she believes in kindness, not power. After Renly's death, she swears to serve Catelyn Stark, beginning a promise that shapes her whole life. She vows to protect Catelyn's daughters, and no matter how dangerous the road gets, she never breaks that word. Her most famous journey starts with Jaime Lannister. They begin as enemies, a proud knight and a woman he mocks. But over time, something changes. She saves him, he respects her, and together they build one of the show's most unexpected friendships. When Jaime gives her his sword, calling it Oathkeeper, millions of fans felt the meaning behind that word. By season 8, Brienne finally earns what she deserves. She is knighted by Jaime in a quiet, powerful scene watched by over 12 million people. Tears fall, smiles grow, and history is made. The first true female knight of Westeros. Her story proves that real strength never needs a crown. But far away, another man builds his legacy through terror, not honor, and he enjoys every second of it. Our next hated pick needs no introduction. Ramsay Bolton. Some villains are smart, some are cruel. Ramsay Bolton is both. He doesn't fight for power or duty, he hurts people because he enjoys it. When he first appears in season 3, nobody knows how dangerous he is. By the time he's done, he becomes one of the most hated characters in TV history. Ramsay hunts humans like animals, skins them alive, and feeds them to his dogs. He plays games with people's fear. When he captures Theon Greyjoy, he breaks him slowly, cutting, beating, and twisting his mind until Theon forgets his own name. Theon becomes Reek, and millions of viewers feel sick watching it. Actor Ewan Rion said filming those scenes made him uncomfortable too. By season 6, Ramsay calls himself Lord of Winterfell, killing even his father to keep the title. But his end comes from the one person who knows his cruelty best, Sansa Stark. In Battle of the Bastards, watched by more than 7 million people live, Jon Snow beats Ramsay nearly to death. Then Sansa finishes it her way, leaving him locked in a cage with his own starving dogs. Ramsay smiles until the end, and then the dogs turn on him. Justice doesn't get louder than that, but after monsters like Ramsay and Joffrey, one man still stands for honor, a man whose death started it all. And finally, one of the most respected and loved, Ned Stark. Every great story starts with one brave heart, and in Game of Thrones, that heart belongs to Ned Stark. He isn't clever like Littlefinger or powerful like Cersei. He leads with honesty, even when the world around him rewards lies. That's what makes him different, and what kills him. At the start, Ned leaves his quiet home in Winterfell to serve as Hand of the King. He doesn't want the job, but he accepts it because duty comes first. Soon, he discovers the truth. The royal children are born from Cersei and Jaime's secret. He could stay silent and live, but he refuses. He tells the truth anyway, hoping honor will protect him. It doesn't. In season 1's final episode, more than 8 million people watch him kneel on the steps of the Great Sept. The sword falls and a hero dies. Fans everywhere go quiet. Many say they've never been that shocked by TV before. That single moment changes the whole series. It proves that in Westeros, good men don't always win, but they still matter most. Ned's death becomes the spark that lights every fire afterward. Revenge, justice, and the fight for the North. His honor lives longer than any crown. In the end, love and hate built the same throne, and every crown demanded blood. Click the next video before it fades. It continues this story and reveals what truly came after.